right, good evening, responders and RMPs. Guess what time it is? It's time to go grab your decision tree. Let's do this week's hypothetical. Now, this one is an important one because infectious substance is something that we see, not a lot, but it is something that we see, and they're very, very dangerous if they're leaking. So let's go ahead and go through our hypothetical. We're going to read through all of our pages so that we know what to do should the situation arise. Click on our next button. So we are going to work through our decision tree, reading every word out loud because it's good practice. It keeps our mind fresh. So this is the situation that we've got. A box with an infectious substance 6 hazard label is damaged. It has dry ice frost on the box, and a small puddle of clear liquid is leaking in a trailer. There are no fumes that irritate the skin, visible fumes, smoke, or irritating odors. Which box on the decision tree is this going to lead us to? Well, let's find out. All right, so revised October 2023 leaking package decision tree for designated responder small package. Is the leaking package generating heat, smoke, visible fumes, vapors, irritating the skin or eyes in any way, or leaking too large of a quantity to neutralize with available supplies? No, it's none of those. So does the package have a diamond hazard label? It does. So we're going to move right on. Is the package bearing a diamond hazard label with one of these materials prohibited in the UPS small package system? Explosive 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4b, 1.4f, or 1.4g. Blasting agent 1.5d. Inhalation hazard 2 or inhalation hazard 6. Poison gas 2. Spontaneously combustible 4. Poison 6 or toxic 6. Radio 7, yellow 2 and 3. Or fizzle 7. Let's see. None of those. So we're going to do all no again. Moving on to our next box. Is the package bearing a diamond hazard label with one of these materials in the UPS small package system? Explosive 1.4c, 1.4d, 1.4e, 1.4s, or 1.6n. Dangerous when wet. Infectious substance 6. Ding, ding, ding. There we are. So as soon as we get a yes, we get to move on. So that's going to end us up right down here in our red box. Do not attempt to clean up this spill. Activate your chain of command, notify your environmental coordinator, an outside responder must be called in. I was pretty close. Refer to the appropriate containment sheet. I forgot that part. Follow the chain of command and notify your environmental coordinator. So, red box. Do not attempt to clean up that spill. It told us that we are going to be going to a containment sheet, and that containment sheet is page 22. Infectious substance 6 is what we're going to use. So we're going to click here, infectious substance. I'm going to go through and read this so that we have an idea of what we're going to be doing if we encounter an infectious substance. Hazards, inhalation of airborne living organisms or contacts through cuts or broken skin may result in transmission of disease. Preservative fluids may be irritating, for example, formaldehyde. Improper handling of broken glass fragments, needles, or contaminated debris can result in punctures in your personal protective equipment. Eating or smoking after responding to spills without first washing your hands may result in transmission of a disease. Do not attempt to clean up this material. Follow your chain of command, notify your environmental coordinator, and an outside responder must be called immediately for cleanup. Personal protective equipment that we are going to be wearing while we are isolating the area: your goggles, your boots, your apron, and your gloves. Response action steps: cordon off a minimum area of 15 feet around the spill using tape and/or cones. Deny everyone entry into the area. Keep all sources of ignition away from the package. Report any suspected or potential exposures to an RMP. Identify potentially exposed individuals Send for medical assistance if individual is injured or incapacitated. I'm going to stop right here and I'm going to remind everyone, RMPs, managers that might be watching, responders, if you are exposed to a potential bloodborne pathogen, which is what infectious substances are, they are potential bloodborne pathogens, you need to, number one, have an injury report filled out. Number two, you are allowed to go to a UPS physician to be evaluated at absolutely no cost to you after we get that injury report filled out. So when we have someone who is exposed, we have to fill that injury report out, even if they're not going to the doctor right away. Maybe in 2 or 3 days, they're going to decide that they need to go to the doctor. Maybe they're coughing. Maybe they have some kind of strange rash on their hand. So we're always going to fill out that injury report so that we're not getting late reported incidents. So anytime there's an exposure, injury report gets filled out. Going back, step number 4, contact our environmental coordinator. Step number 5 will be done by your environmental coordinator. They are going to contact an outside responder or consultant designated for infectious substance shipments for further instruction. If possible, without handling or moving the package or entering your 15-foot isolated area, try to obtain package information for consultation with outside responder or consultant. Information that may be needed: shipper and consignee name and address, physical characteristics such as is it liquid, solid, pills, etc., box description, and a physical weight of the shipment. Now, if we can see a shipping label, we should be able to get all of this information off of there. Maybe get as close as you can in that 15-foot range, take a picture with your phone, something like that. That's just going to help the outside responder that's coming in to help us clean up. Our waste disposal and decontamination, UPS small package, do not process through the DMP. Contact your environmental coordinator for proper disposal procedures. Employees who may have touched the product must wash their hands thoroughly with soap or mild detergent and water before eating, smoking, or using toileting facilities. Do not attempt to decontaminate any personal protective equipment. Dispose of your contaminated equipment by utilizing the outside responder. So when we take our PPE off, we are going to give everything that we were wearing to that outside responder. So your goggles, your gloves, your apron, and your boots are all going to be given to the outside contractor and be disposed of. Whether they have contamination on them or not, we're not going to risk it. I don't want to risk it. I don't want you to risk it. Don't risk it. Take it off. Give it to that outside responder. Go wash up. All right, so that's everything on that. Let's move on to our next page. So, can you get into ETT with your RAC FID and token? Gosh, I really hope it's a yes. If you're still at a no, reach out. Reach out to that supervisor, your health and safety soup. We will get you guys in. Can you get to the quick reference guide and show the most current waste disposal flow chart? Can you? If you can't, please reach out. We will help you find it. And our next page is our waste disposal flow chart. Now, we know if we're not disposing of the waste because an outside contractor is coming in, we do not need the waste disposal flow chart. So if we're not disposing because we're activating the chain of command and calling in an outside responder, then we're not using a waste disposal flow chart. So we don't need this at all for this damage. We are going to come down and we are going to say no waste disposal flow chart needed because we activated our chain of command. All right. Can you find a previously submitted DMN in ETT to print or confirm it? Hopefully it's a yes. If it's a no, email me. I'm going to email you the PowerPoint that I have that shows you step by step, click by click, how to find a previously submitted DMN. So please, if you don't know, reach out. I will send you that PowerPoint so that you can learn how. And do you have access to the team email account for your facility? Again, if you do not, or if you don't know, email me. I will email you the PowerPoint that I have that shows you how to get into the team email or shows you how to check and see if you can get into the team email for your account. So again, if you're marking that no, please email me. I want to help you. I want to send you these fantastic PowerPoints that I've made. So please reach out. All right, and this last page, employee name. I am Chrissy. Again, still getting lots of incorrect employee numbers. We've got to get that 7-digit employee ID in there. Division. You know what, guys? I still have not fixed this. I've told you like 18 times that I'm going to. I'm going to get Monarch in here, I promise. All right, and then we're going to submit it, and we are done. Thank you guys so much for paying attention. I really appreciate it. Again, if you're going through these hypos and you're struggling, if there's things that you're answering no to, please reach out. I want to help you. My partners in health and safety want to help you. We want you to be successful. So please, please, please reach out. And you know what? Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody. And happy almost peak season. We'll see you next week.